Yo. Welcome back. The Man to Man Pod. October 21st, 2021, Thursday. Another live episode. Me and my guy, Antoine Bethea. What up, AB?
What's good, brother? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Matt said you need to lace the cleats up, man. Need you. I know you fresh. I mean, you barely a year in retirement right now.
Don't even worry about it, Matt.
How your week been going on?
Man, week been going great, man. You know, it's homecoming week. You know, we had a special episode yesterday. Definitely we're gonna put that up either probably tomorrow as well with today's episode. But we had a special Howard / homecoming season episode. We had Dominique Rogers-Cromartie, Tennessee State alumni. We had Coach Gary Flea Harrell. He's a Howard legend, but he's also the assistant head coach at Jackson State right now with Coach Prime, with them doing good things. And I had my good brother Ron.
Just broke an HBCU record, homecoming record, around 55,000, more than Mississippi State last weekend.
He actually would be on the sideline as the head coach this week. You know, I think they said Coach Prime. Dr. Order saying that he needs to chill out for a little bit. And then we had my brother Ron Bartell. He was also a Howard alum, played 9 years in the league, man. So y'all check that out. That was special.
Special episode, man. Now, I was just thinking about this before we jumped on. Has anybody gone first round from HBCU since DRC?
No.
I know. Darius Leonard went second.
Second. Yeah.
I can't even think of who went first round before DRC out of HBCU too. So that's some.
What did? Yeah, that's first round.
You got to go back. Was it Steve McNair?
Did Steve McNair go first round?
I don't even know. I got to do some research. Let me do some research this week. Somebody in the chat let us know. But got some football tonight. Week 7 already. Week 7 starts tonight. Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. Before we get into that, though, we got some bad news from our coach, Julian Blackman, safety. Young, nice safety tore his Achilles in yesterday's practice, so he'll be out for the season. And that's why Matt was saying, hey, B, lace him up, man. I know you was cutting, you was on a diet, you was working out, man. You don't think you could get out there and give us I give you third down. Red zone.
That's it. That's all, that's all I got for you right now. I give you about 20 snaps. 20? I need 20 to 30. I need Wednesdays and Thursdays off.
Okay.
I watch film. I'm a digging that film. I give you a little Friday, little walkthrough. But that's all I got for you.
Yeah, I got some motivation. I got some game prep for you. I help you, come up with the script. But that's about it right now, baby. But hate to hear that from the young from the young man. He's a baller, been flying around. I know he came in with a ACL injury, I believe. So hopefully he'll bounce back and be better than ever. He's young, so it's better to have these type of injuries when you are young.
Speedy recovery.
For sure, man. But the coach, we got Sunday night football this week. Monday night a couple weeks ago, Sunday night football against the Niners this week. We're going to get to that game. Obviously, going to talk about the Thursday night game. Let's talk about some other sports, too. It's October. It's one of the greatest sports months ever. You got baseball, basketball, football. Women's basketball just ended. Chicago Sky winning the championship. So the NBA is back. You been tapped in at all?
I have, man. Obviously, opening night, Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. I tapped into that. Giannis came out strong. Obviously, watch Bron and the Lakers and go against Golden State. That was a good matchup. And last night, another great game. New York Knicks and the Madison Square Garden.
That got crazy.
against the Celtics going into double overtime, man. So far so good, man. We've been having some good matchups, man. So I'm excited for this season. Excited.
I think we're gonna have a lot of good basketball this year. That Nets Bucks game. I know at the end of last year, as soon as the year ended, we were kind of having a little back and forth, and I was saying, hey, after what Greek Freak did,
yeah,
he gotta at least be in that argument and that conversation as being the best player in the league. You was like, hell nah. And even going way back when we had Michael Baptist on, he's Greek, so he may have had a little bias, but he said, hey, Greek Freak need to be in that top 3-5 conversation. We shot him down at that point. Has he changed your mind at all? Can he at least be in that conversation now when we talk about the best player in the game?
Yeah, he can be in the conversation. He can be in the conversation. We can talk about it. Even Greek Freak came out and said, man, I'm not the best player yet. And that's a man that's a very humble man looking in the mirror and
Exactly.
say, I still got some growing to do, but he definitely is in the conversation as one of the top guys, top dogs in the league right now. The maturation of his game, man, from when he first came into the league to now, I mean, that's night and day, and just work. Yeah, all the work that he put in, but definitely, man.
So who you got then?
As far as top,
right now. Yeah, who got that crown? Who top dog right now? I need to know who top 3. Matter of fact, top 3 right now.
Top 3.
I'm gonna go Greek Freak, LeBron, KD. That's my. Right now.
That's what I was gonna say too. I was gonna say Bron, KD, and Greek Freak.
In that order?
Yeah, I am. I could be biased. I just feel as though
Bron looks.
He still looks young, 19 years in, man. And can do a lot, do basically everything on the court. So yeah, I'm gonna go LeBron, KD, and Greek Freak, and then I got Steph coming in at 4.
Yeah, Steph right there. You got Steph. You got James Harden up there. Obviously, Joker and B. We gonna see what AD do.
Yeah, AD.
Lillard, Luka.
You got some young guns coming up, so
a lot of talent, man. I'm looking forward. Speaking of young guns, I know you down there in the Carolinas. Hey, put LaMelo.
Yeah.
Hey, man. We were talking about a little bit before we hopped on live. Young boy look like he the real deal.
He is, man. He showed out last night, and I was telling you, man, he got me thinking about getting some tickets to go catch some games, man. And like you were saying it before we jumped on, it was like, you really wasn't on the train, at the beginning with all the noise, but hey, he's living up to it.
Yeah.
So far, living up to it. Last year, before he got injured, man, he was balling. And then, last night, I think he had 30-some points, almost had a triple-double.
Yeah, and they were down damn near dub, and he led that comeback. He was very hot from behind the line. He just got that presence. He got that flair. In sports and basketball, I would say basketball probably even more so. Like having presence is a big thing. He kind of got that city, the team believing. Man, I love the way you can tell he's been a pro for a few years too. You can tell he just has kind of that his swag too. That fit was tough. I was laughing at him first.
Fit was tough.
You gotta have a different type of confidence to pull up in some lime green, full trench coat, matching the Lambo. Shit was hard, man. I'm rooting for the young boy.
I love to see it.
Love to see it, man.
But I know it could be it's very, very, very early in the basketball season. But give me your top in the Eastern and give me your top in the Western Conference.
Man, if Kyrie comes back and plays, we're gonna get into this conversation. But if Kyrie comes back and plays for the Nets, that's the best team.
Give me your.
I think he will.
Give me your top in the East and your top in the West, because we don't know what's gonna happen with Kyrie. We don't.
I'll give you my top 2 in both. How about that? So I'm gonna tell you in the East, we got the Nets and the Bucks.
Okay.
And then on the West, I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Warriors and the Lakers. So Warriors, Lakers on the West, and it's gonna be the Nets and the Bucks on the East. Who you got?
So I'm gonna go in the West. I'm gonna go the same, Lakers and Warriors, and in the East, I'm gonna go.
So Suns don't have that repeat success.
I think they'll be successful, but I don't think they'll be better than the Warriors or the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be successful. I think they'll, probably top 3-4 teams in the West, but I just don't see them beating up the Warriors and the Lakers. And then the East, I like Milwaukee Bucks and
you got Bulls. Okay, you going next? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean the Bulls look good. The Knicks look decent. Interested to see what your Miami Heat gonna look like tonight.
I'm interested as well. I'm not head over heels about the moves he made in the offseason. I would have liked to land it, a Dame or somebody like that. Hey, Kyrie's still out there. We know the rules we got down here in Florida. We mobbing, we moving along. So come on down here, Kyrie, if you having too many issues up there in New York, young fella.
Yeah. That's why I say I just don't know with that situation. And hats off to Kyrie for standing for what he believes in. I just don't know if or when he's gonna come back. And then when he does come back, like at what part of this year? Okay, cool. But at what part of the season, you know what I'm saying, is he gonna get back as far as the team gelling and everything of that nature? Obviously, you're gonna have three of the best players in the league, obviously, together. But as we've talked about before, you got to have that time where the team could gel and mesh together as well.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. And I think, honestly, though, even if Kyrie let's say Kyrie doesn't come back until, I don't see it lasting more than a month or two, where he's either going to make the decision to get vaccinated. He's back in the corner at this point. So he's either going to make that decision like Wiggins did, or they're going to make a decision as a team to move him. And I feel like he almost going to have to be on. I don't know if he don't have a no trade clause or anything like that, but I feel like he's going to at least be on the same page of where he's going to go and be happy where he's going to go. He already came out and said he's not retiring. So like I said, I hope it's Miami. You would think the obvious situation would be you trade Ben Simmons from Philly to Brooklyn. You make that swap, but I don't think Ben Simmons is vaccinated either. He clearly doesn't want to be in Philly. So we'll see. We'll see. If Kyrie does get there, though, but even without Kyrie, Harden and KD, I got to put them in the top two.
Nope.
With no Kyrie, you tripping. You tripping. I'm still keeping them. Them two are the still best, 6-7 players in the league? Easily?
They would not be in the Eastern Conference Finals if Kyrie is not there, my guy. If Kyrie is not there, they would not be in the Eastern Conference Finals. All
right. You heard it here first. I completely
heard it here first.
I think as long as they got a healthy KD and a healthy Harden, you're not come on, man. Come on, man. Who's beating that team in 7 in the East? The Bulls, they got some solid pieces.
The Bulls,
not doing it.
The Bulls,
Philly,
maybe
Boston.
maybe Philly, maybe Boston. Yes.
Cut it out. Knicks, stop
it. Hey, look at here. It's not a given. I know that.
I'm giving it to him with them two dogs. I'm giving it to him. I think people forget about James Harden too.
I don't think anybody
all time.
I don't think anybody forgets about James Harden. We seen James Harden. We seen James Harden in Houston. We seen James Harden in Brooklyn. But I still don't believe that without Kyrie, them two get it done. Okay. I don't think they'll top. Nah, I don't think so.
All right, that's fair. Well,
say what you want.
Around February, Clay is gonna get back in that Golden State mix too. So I think it's gonna be. I told you earlier, that's my pick out the West. Ooh, I can't wait.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be crazy. That's gonna be crazy.
You think Russ gonna fit in with the Lakers, man?
Yeah. They all professionals, man. They professionals, dog. Like
he had a terrible start, man.
It's one game.
For that one too. I understand it's one game. This is the thing. This is my take on Russ right now, and I love Russ as a competitor.
Hot take. Here we go.
I love Russ as a competitor,
Here we go.
You know, a lot of people say he's a stat chase. He's this. Nah, that takes effort, skill, energy, all the above. I think Russ is great for a bad team. You put Russ on you put him on the Wizards last year, and he helped get that team to playoffs. He's a guy who ball dominant, blah, blah. If you put Russ on a good team around other good players, he gonna mess up the chemistry, dog. That's just what it is. At this point in his career, like not having that jumper, I don't feel like he plays with the right tempo, pace, not a great decision maker. Like that's just my take, and I love Russ, but I don't see it.
So this is why I feel as though LeBron, like I feel as though LeBron basketball IQ is very, very high, right?
Extremely high.
Right. So I think Bron understands that, like, you know, Russell Westbrook needs the ball in his hands, right? And if he felt as though that would hurt our chemistry here, the Lakers, he wouldn't welcome that, right? So again, Russell Westbrook
it's gonna hurt.
I don't think so, man. They pros, man, and I feel as though they will get into that. They will sit down and they will figure it out. I honestly believe that. Like, of course, if we gonna just sit here and say, yo, one game out of 82, we saying, oh, he gonna mess the chemistry up. I don't see that.
I'm not making this. I'm not jumping off the bridge like that off one game. This is Russ for the last few years. Like, if you've been watching Russ play,
he hasn't been on a good team.
Good team in Houston. Now, I'm not gonna say what happened in Houston was his fault.
They had two good players.
I like the year he had last year. He willed that team.
They had two good players. They didn't have a good team. They had two good players.
You know what? You see why KD left in OKC. And I like Russ. I tell you, I like Russ. But if Russ is bringing the ball up, if he's dominating the ball on the Lakers team, that means LeBron's not. That means Rondo's not. And those are two guys that I would choose over most people in the league. But damn sure choosing over Russ. But we'll see. Hopefully you're right. I like to see guys succeed. So hopefully you're right, not wrong. But I'm just saying.
It don't sound like you like to see guys succeed.
No, I just got to give you, I got to give you my real opinion.
Nah, I respect that, but I don't think LeBron allows that trade to be made if he doesn't think that they could bring that together in the locker room, right? So of course, everything looks good. Everything looks good in practice, right? So it's things that you're gonna have to work on throughout the year, and eventually, I think they will mold it into the right situation and make that flow. I honestly think that. I think them guys are all
a great fit.
Oh, I mean, Melo, great fit. I'm glad they brought Rondo back because that's gonna be beautiful.
D Howard,
like, you know what I'm saying? So I think they made the right moves, and it's just I think they're gonna play some games and they're gonna watch the film and say, hey, and they're gonna sit down and have them tough talks. Say, Russ, we can't do that. We can't do this here. This is what we need to do. And I think Russ, hearing it from Melo, hearing it from LeBron, them type guys, I think it happens.
We're gonna see. On the football, big basketball show for me. On the football, though, potential trade between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins, according to the Houston Chronicle. These trade talks are ramping up. I believe the trade deadline is like November 2nd or something like that, around that time. So, getting there. Philly's been in the mix. Miami's been in the mix. Obviously a difficult decision because of everything that's surrounding Deshaun right now, with all the allegations that's going on, serious allegations off the field. You don't know. I think he's still eligible to play right now, right? Yeah. So if you're the GM of the Houston Texans, you're Nick Caserio right now. What do you do with this situation?
I mean, if it's a team that's willing to trade and they're willing to match what we want, I'm making it happen. But on the flip side of that, if I'm Miami, that's tough for me because you're gonna have to give up a lot, and you don't know what's going to be hand down by Roger Goodell to NFL, and you just don't know when Deshaun Watson is going to be available. So if I'm sitting in the GM seat in Miami, I got to think long and hard about that. But if I'm Houston, a lot. If I'm Houston, here you go.
Yeah, I mean, Houston, Deshaun has made it clear because, like we said, he is eligible to play. He hasn't been playing. They've been going with Davis Mills, so they went second round to get him. You seeing what you got in him. You still got Ty Taylor when he comes back from his injury, who was playing well before he went out, by the way. The rumors behind this trade was send Tua to the Washington football team as well. So it looks like a three-team trade, three-way trade. But once again, you give up that King's ransom. If you're the Dolphins, probably 3+ first-round picks, couple seconds, something like that. That's a lot to give up when you don't know if this guy will be able to play, this year, next year, ever again, depending on how things turn out legally. So I think the Dolphins, Philly, whoever else is in the mix, before they pull any trigger, they're going to do their more than due diligence as far as the legal process and what's going on behind the scenes. They're going to get as much info as possible. And if this trade does go down before this trade deadline, I'm going to believe that they believe it ain't, it's going to be settled sooner than later. But we shall see. That's obviously big news from one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And like I said, with some serious, allegations surrounding him.
So I know you were, last year around this time, you were standing on the table for Tua. Obviously, you was coming off injury.
I was standing on the chair.
Nah, you was on the table.
I was standing on like the kiddie table.
You were standing on the table. He was coming off an injury. Coming out of college. He's coming, came back last week, played, fairly well, coming off a rib injury. Like, how do you think this will affect Tua if this trade does happen and he gets shipped out? How do you think this affects him as a young player?
It definitely would affect him mentally, because as a team, like we just talked about everything surrounding Deshaun, and you're willing to trade me as your top 5 pick a year ago for a guy that you're not even sure is going to be available. I think that says a lot. Even these rumors, I'm sure, is affecting him. And he's not playing terrible. You know what I mean? It's not to his fault. He's not surrounded by the best, but he's not playing terrible. They just lost to the Jaguars. They're 1-5 right now. He's been a part of a couple of those losses, but I think it's still time. We always talk about it, man. If you could I think Tua right now is an average quarterback, and I think is definitely room to grow. And we always talk about it. If you can get a quarterback that's average, you're in a decent spot until you can, find that next level guy who Deshaun would be if he could play. But I think it would affect him. Right now it's not looking like Tua's gonna be that guy a lot of people expect him to be. But still room to grow, still time to flip that switch and be a superstar QB.
Nah. But I definitely think
I got one leg on the table right now, though.
But again, and we talk about the quarterback position and how it's so dependent on different variables around you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you could be successful, and that's front office, that's from coaches believing in you, that's from offensive line, receivers. So it's a lot that has to be around a young quarterback, especially if you're going to throw them in the fire for them to be successful. So
I think even the media too, the fan base and all that plays into it too. If because some of these cats, depending on your psyche, that can affect guys.
Well, I think that's something that you have to. That's something that you can control, though. You can kind of control your psyche in a way. You can't control. You can't really control. Yeah, I would. I'm speaking for myself. Well, but what I'm saying is I can't control who I'm drafted to. I can't control who my coach is. I can't control who my offensive line. I can't control what the OC calls or whatever the case may be. So those are the things that I can't control. I know I can't control that. But now how I react to somebody saying something in the media, I feel as though I can kind of control that a little bit. I can control that more than I can control the other variables around me. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I definitely feel you. And I think that some of it, I think what you're saying definitely comes from kind of the era that we came up in. And, we in kind of a different era right now. Because, it's kind of like all of those things were just like when you're dealing with fans and media and all these different things, all these outside things, that was just attributed to mental toughness in our era. Like that was just part of it. Like you got to be mentally tough. Injuries, mental health issues, could be depression, could be whatever. That was all mental toughness for us. Now we're in a different space, which I think is a good thing at some points, where things have different labels and tags, and people deal with things differently now. And I think sometimes it's a little too much, sometimes it's just enough. But that's a lot to deal with as a young guy. You saw Sam Darnold deal with it in New York. You saw Carson Wentz deal with it in Philly. You seeing Ben Simmons right now. I think that's a big part of the reason why he don't want to go back to Philly. Honestly, is that the fans in that Philly. I
don't think it's the fans. So we gonna go through that. Fans not gonna rock with you, but I think on his part, it's his head coach and his counterpart
and his running mate. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I think that's what's like. I'm like, what? Like, damn. Like, I'm coming in the building. My own head coach don't rock with me. Then whoever you want to call Batman and Robin don't even rock with me. So I think that's more so the biggest thing in that situation, because like you say, Philly is tough. Like them fans is passionate about their sports. But if everybody who's a professional athlete is bothered by what people say in the media, and I know it's people out there, and again, it could be attributed to the era that we were brought up in. But I mean, professional sports might not be for you, and you got to know that coming into it. Like if you I mean, that's just real though.
That's real shit.
That's just real.
That's real shit. But we'll see. But I think Tua will be all right though. I think Tua will be all right. He got thrown in fire at Bama. Seemed like he's a good guy, good family. And I think he still has the potential to be a good quarterback in this league. But I feel like, from my observation, he's going to be a quarterback that needs things around him, that needs a lot of things in place around him. And to be honest, that's the case for a lot of the quarterbacks. Probably most, I would say. Now, with certain guys, you can drop anywhere and everything around that guy is going to start turning. He's going to start turning a lot of, shit to sugar. So you get to Aaron Rodgers, Deshaun Watson, Andrew Luck, Mahomes. I think all of those guys are like Joe Burrow is looking like a guy. As soon as he got dropped into Cincy, okay, we can start to see the future looking a lot different for that squad. So it's hard to find those guys.
Yeah.
It's hard to find them, man. Tonight we got quarterback situation over in Cleveland. Baker Mayfield, former #1 pick. Now this is going to be interesting because he's reportedly got a torn labrum that he's going to have off-season surgery on. Brown's going to have to make a decision on him to pay him big money long term. But speaking on tonight's game, he's out. Case Keenum gets the start. Line only moved a point. Denver Broncos, Teddy Two Gloves will be the quarterback there. Browns are favored by 2. How you feeling about this game? I already put my pick up. I'm Broncos. I got them at +3. So that's where I'm staying. Yeah. How you feel about this game, though?
I'm leaning towards the Broncos right now. I know Cleveland, man, they just dealing with a lot of injuries. On the O-line, both the backs. Not sure about OBJ, Landry. Like you said, Baker Mayfield is out, so they're just going through a lot of injuries. Case Keenum, like you
banged up.
Yeah, like you said, Case Keenum is starting tonight. So just a lot of injuries, man. A lot of next man up on that side of on that sideline. So I think I'm leaning towards the Denver Broncos in this one.
Yeah, I'm with him. Somebody to Gavin Henry said I would have both defenses to score a TD. Yeah, well, Case Keenum, he got some history with Stefanski in Minnesota. So even though he's a backup getting his first start, the coordinator, the play caller, the head coach knows exactly what he's getting with the quarterback. So there's no learning curve there. But I still got the Broncos win. I would take them straight up to win it. I'm definitely taking them with those 3 points. I like the defense. You're gonna have Von Miller matched up with he came out and said a couple days ago, I don't know who playing tackle for Cleveland, but I'm a killer. And brother, I believe you. So AB, this will be so we both at the Broncos. So hopefully, I know you started off 13-0 last.
13
so money line you ended
no.
up. Oh nah, Bills messed that up.
Bills messed that
13-1.
13 tone, man. That's what we shooting for, baby.
Damn.
That's what we shooting for. 13. Now 14-0 this week.
That's the standard. The standard is the standard. So yeah, we on the same page. Broncos. I think we done picked the last couple Thursday nights.
Nights, yeah.
Yeah. So we got the Broncos. I wonder what's the over and under. Let's say maybe 42 last time I looked. Somebody let me know what the over
Gavin
under
said,
is. I might hit that under.
What Gavin said tonight feels like a decent game, but over 40 points. Now I don't think it'll be over 40 tonight.
Yeah, nah. I gotta find. I'll look it up real quick. I gotta start hitting these mailbags too, man, so we can answer. No. The line has moved to 1. The line has moved to Broncos +1, so Browns are only favored by 1 point now. I mean, that's
man. Let me go ahead.
Money at that point.
Go ahead and get mine in, man.
Over under set at 40.5.
Under.
Woo. Under. I don't know, bro. I feel like every time I don't know. Thursday night, some funky shit always happen on Thursday night.
Yeah.
I can see a 21-24 game. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over 40. AB went under, so
yeah, I'm going under, man. Cleveland Browns. You got the backup quarterback. You got both of your backs out.
Hey, if I win this bet, Tom, I just need you to put like a little extra line just so I got something over AP.
Boy, DBut be happy when he wins something, boy.
I gotta get something, man. What other games you got? Other good game, good matchups. Matter of fact, before we get in these matchups, this came back up randomly. I saw it on my Twitter timeline. Now you know we were talking about Gladiator, Troy 300. 3 great movies, 3 different movies. Ryan Clark's tweet at Real R Clark 25. I just watched 300 on my first flight and fell in love with the movie all over again. Quotes, may you live forever. It's still one of the coldest movie lines to me. It's right up there with Achilles telling that little kid, and that's why no one would ever know your name. I know you'll put a little more thought into this. You ready to change your rankings yet or nah? You sticking with your...
Man, Gladiator, bro. I guess there's no question for me, and this is my personal decision. Like, this is just me, you know. That Gladiator again, the storyline. You know, it was just powerful, man. For the man went from the top to the bottom, back to the top. You know what I mean? Like, that's life. You know what I mean? You gonna be at the top sometime. You can fall down and you hit rock bottom. You lost your wife. You lost your son. You know, you lost your king, the one who he loved you. He loved. Damn, just imagine that. You got a man that loves you more than he loves his own flesh and blood and his son. You understand what I'm saying? He at the top. And then he got captured, seen his mom, not his mom, but he seen his wife and his son burned. He get captured, locked up. The other slaves, they see something in him. Like, man, we gonna ride, we gonna follow him. Like, you know what it means to be a leader of men. Like, it's not a lot of them on this earth to be leader of men.
That right there is why 300 took the cake for me. In college, I was a leader of men at that point. And when he took them 300 soldiers into that little, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it don't matter how big, how great the odds are. I don't know what the FanDuel odds would have been with that first couple fights, but I know they was the underdogs. Led them in the battle. Hey, man, come on, man. There's so many bars from that line, man. I don't even know where to stop. But
yeah, I just got you. I mean, it just depends on where you at mentally. It depends where you at mentally, man. You know, I get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The time and the mental of it. Yeah. Like we talked about it. I don't know if we said it on the show on live or not, but if you had to compare the 2 movies and like compare them to rappers, you know what I mean? It would be like Gladiator would be the better film, the better acting, the better storyline. Gladiator would be the Jay-Z of the 2, and 300 would be more like, the Drake.
So just like you said, you was in college when 300 came out. I was in college when Gladiator came out, and that's what I did. Friday night, I would go to the liquor store and grab me a deuce of MGD, Real Genuine Draft, and I would watch Gladiator. That was my Friday night before Saturday game.
Say some Mad Dog 2020.
Nah, MGD.
Say, well, that boy down bad.
MGD 2020.
In college. That
Deuce.
Probably the worst shit I drunk.
The worst I drunk in college was 211 Still Reserve. My liver was screaming.
Drinking that Erkin jerk. 99 apples and berry, whatever the 99, the Dubra. We had Dubra vodka up there, man. We was drinking some bullshit, boy. Mix it with some juice, get that jungle juice. You was good.
Sip of 211 Still Reserve right now, boy. You probably won't wake up for 2 days. But anyway, Gladiator.
That Mad Dog 2020 was. Hey, you in a different type of time. You in Mad Dog 2020.
But that Gladiator, man, that's when I was in college, man. So for me, man, I'm jumping on the table for Gladiator.
I feel you. Rob Matthews was on my side. Cato, I believe, was
Cato
on
June
your side. Cato June. I think Reggie might have been on your side. Chris Long.
Nah, Reggie said Troy.
Yeah, he said Troy.
Reggie said Troy.
Yeah, them Four Locos was different too.
No, I ain't never. That was.
I had to try. I had to. The hype was too crazy, and it only took once. I tried it once. I said, "Yeah, this ain't for me." still research to 11 was very bad.
Hey, so we in DC, right? So we in the city. We in Chocolate City, right? So you were always, we'd be walking to class, or we'll walk to the club, you know what I mean? And then you have some, unfortunately, like homeless people on the road, on the sidewalk. But you would see all of these Still Reserve silver cans, right? And it was like, damn, like Tim Jones, whatever. So then, it's crazy. So you walk in the street, so you get to start to talking to them. They be like, "Hey man, what's up, young blood? Like, let me just get X, Y, and Z. I need me a cool 211." So one night, boards was down bad. Like, we ain't have a lot of change in the pocket. Mm-hmm. So we put some money together and bought a case of 211s. And man, one of them things, and we was like, "Oh, we see why." Yeah. We see. Man, one of them things put you down, bro.
I ain't never even tried that.
Woo.
Don't plan on trying it either.
Hey, no, don't do that now.
Yeah,
now you over 30 now, brother.
Yeah, it's too late for that. Shit, let me go take my little 211
break. Man, what's good, family? Y'all holla at me, man. What y'all got going? Yeah, them we're gonna talk about this mutually parting ways with Coach Ed and LSU. Like, that's so crazy to me. I don't think universities and they don't understand. Like, when you have a good coach, man, like, you're gonna have some tough seasons. I think they're gonna regret that decision. Nah, I can't even mess with you on that one. My level gonna be screaming. So what's your thought process? How y'all feel about this about the Kyrie situation and the Ben Simmons situation? I'll start with the Ben Simmons, right? I just want to speak on that. I know we touched on it a little bit, but Ben Simmons, man, young player. I think last year in the playoffs had a lot to do with what's going on now. Obviously when your head coach and, like I said, when your counterpart come out and kind of speak negative about you, man, that makes you feel uncomfortable, especially in that NBA locker room where when you got 15 guys, man. And it's unfortunate because I really thought that Philly with Joel Embiid, with Ben Simmons, I thought they had like a good young nucleus they could build around, but I see they got to move Ben Simmons. They got you. I think that's the only way you can even have a decent season, because I know that locker room is going to be a lot of friction in that locker room. Gavin Haynes can't force people to do something they don't want to do. Now, I respect it. Trust me, I respect that. But then when you think about, whether you think it's right or wrong, and I don't think it's ever right when you mandate something, and you making somebody put something in their body they don't feel as though it's right for them personally. But when it's mandated, I mean, it is what it is. So I think that's going to be very interesting to see what happens with Kyrie if he decides to, hey, I'm not going to take this vaccine, and see what Brook is going to do. Because I feel as though Brook is only going to wait for so much longer. Like, we paying, well, no, I guess he won't be getting paid. Kevin Kerning, hey B, how do you feel about the Dolphins declining the bye week after the London trip? Don't you think that's insane? Decline the bye week. Like, what happened? Like, can you do that? I need to hear more about that. Like, what happened? But I mean, that's a horrible idea to decline a bye week, especially after you take that trip over there and you take that trip back. Yeah, you gotta have that bye week. I ain't hear nothing about that.
Just somebody declined the bye week.
They said Miami declined the bye week after playing in London.
Oh yeah, they do play this week.
Yeah, John, we talked about Julian Blackmon out for the season with the torn Achilles, man. It's a bad look, man. I'm hoping for a speedy recovery. DBut said he gonna lace him up, get back out there. He gonna give him a couple plays.
Yeah, this is all I got for you. What's this? Some homework right here. Yeah, Cole, we go right here. Third and 3. Let's go with this one hole. Pass it all. What games you got, man?
Leftwich is at plus 1,400 to be the next head coach in Las Vegas, man. I would love to see it, man. With Derek Carr and weapons they got out there on the offense side of the ball. I would love to see it. Get another brother a shot, baby.
You know they're gonna try to clean face. So they're gonna hire a minority. You can bet that. It's gonna be Byron Leftwich, Eric Bieniemy, and it should be because they're the best available.
Yeah.
But we know how that go. Yeah, they're gonna go that route. Let's look at some of these games, man. Some of these lines as they are now. We got Baltimore, Cincinnati Bengals at Baltimore Ravens. Got the Ravens favored by 6.5.
It's gonna be a good one.
I think so. 4-2 Bengals, 5-1 Ravens.
Divisional.
I ain't betting against Lamar no more. So I got the Ravens winning. I don't know if they're gonna cover them. I don't know if they're gonna cover it. Where you at with that one?
Man, here you come jumping back on the train. All right, now I gotta think about
it. I should have asked you first, matter of fact.
Nah, but I got the Ravens, but I got the Cincinnati Bengals covering.
Okay. This is an interesting one. Chiefs at the Titans.
I got Tennessee
by 4.5. You got Tennessee?
I got Tennessee.
Hey,
well, hold on. I gotta see what the DB situation looking like in Tennessee. They had a lot of injuries in that secondary. But
Farley's out.
But I know Kansas City cannot do anything, nada, with Derrick Henry.
Stop that run. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a whole.
Yeah. Yeah. So
did Julio get hurt again? I think Julio might have hurt his hamstring again.
Yeah. But I might go. Give me a day or two. But right now, I'm feeling like I'm going Tennessee.
Okay, I'm thinking Tennessee plus them points. I might not take Tennessee money line, but I'm pretty positive I'm gonna take them.
Please don't take Tennessee money line.
Why? Because you taking it?
Yeah, you still in the catch-up phase. You trying to catch up. I should give you a bottle of catch-up. Catch up.
Now, this is interesting as well. Chicago Bears 3-3 at the 5-1 Tampa Bay Bucks. This was a team. This was a game last year where Brady forgot what down it was. They lost to the Bears. Big line, 12.5 points. I'm gonna take the Bears to cover that. I'll let you know that right now. I'm take the Bears to cover that. Bucks will win this game though.
Bucks high right now. You got wide receiver 1 Mike Evans. You got wide receiver 1 Antonio Brown. you got 3 wide receiver 1s. You got Tom Brady playing like he's 25 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, DBut. They might cover
12.5. I got that Bears defense been hooping, man. That Bears defense been balling.
But I don't know if they got. I don't know, DBut.
I say they keep it close. I say Bucks probably win by a touchdown. 12.5. I don't like it. A little too rich for my blood.
Yeah, but I got the Bucks winning. I'll let y'all know what my spread is. I can't tell you right now.
Sunday Night Football. Colts 2-4 at the 2-3. Coming off a bye week, San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are favored by 4.5. It's looking like Jimmy G is going to play this week. I know he had the calf issue. Who you got in this one?
It's going to be a tough one. I think the Julian Blackman loss is going to. This is going to be tough. I want to see. How. What's the reports on T.Y.? I know he got a little tweaked up.
I don't know. Yeah, I gotta check on that. Paris Campbell too.
Yeah, so I gotta still do some reports, study some reports.
I'm gonna take.
Go ahead.
I like us against the spread.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I like what Carson Wentz is doing. I like what the young boy JT, what he's doing. If they can lean on him. And get that run game going like they've been doing. That G.I. Joe 317 said Paris Campbell is out again. So I don't know. This is a tough one. This is a tough one to call.
Yeah, tough one right now. I feel like this is a must win for the Colts, and I'm sure they feel like that in San Fran as well with that division. But with the Rams and the Cardinals doing what they're doing, I feel like this is a must win for the Colts with Tennessee. What, they're 4-2 right now?
4-2.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna take my Colts. I think I'm gonna take my Colts to win this one straight up in. I like them against.
Okay.
We need T.Y. in there though. Definitely need T.Y. in the building for this one. Let me see, man. Yeah, so some good games this week though. Some good games. I feel like some. Yeah, I ain't gonna click on that. We know which way this is gonna go. We know which way this will go. But let's get to some of these comments, man. See if y'all got any good questions. Let me see. Oh, Rashad Bateman comes back. Okay. Bateman, I like that. I love that pick for the Ravens, by the way. Bateman out of
Bateman
first round. Yeah. It'll probably take him a couple weeks to get acclimated, but I like that. Some other quarterback news we talked about earlier, and we've been talking about the vax a little bit as well. Cam Newton, free agent quarterback Cam Newton, it came out a few days ago that he made a decision to get vaccinated, which 100%, business decision. Still wants to play. He made that clear in a couple of his YouTube videos. Do you see him getting signed now? Obviously, this I think increases his chances greatly. We got quarterback issues kind of all over the place right now. You see any place you can see him landing? Seattle, Cleveland, possibly. Washington.
Like you said, I think him getting vaccinated definitely upped his chances of getting a call. I know there was some rumors about him up there in Seattle, but I actually thought Geno Smith played a pretty good game out there against Pittsburgh. That in Washington, you could possibly see that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean,
be interesting.
it's gonna be
Actually, Seattle did claim Jacob Eason, who's a former Washington quarterback, former Colts quarterback, who the Colts just released. Seattle claimed him, so I guess that will probably make it less likely they can get signed there. Now I think about that. But Houston could be another option.
So this is what I'm thinking, right? So unfortunately, I would say some front offices, when they look at bringing a veteran guy in, right? I think it's things that, and it's just speaking real, when they're looking at, and let's just speak like a Cam Newton coming into their organization. What year is this for Cam? Probably like what, 12, 13?
Cam came in 2011. So this would be 11, I think.
Like 11, yeah. Right? So, and just how he is as far as like just his demeanor. I think a lot of times front offices get scared. Just being that, okay, we have this guy in his locker room. He's going to demand attention. He's going to demand just his presence. That's the type of guy he is. And I just think sometimes GM sit back and say, okay, do we want this? You know what I mean? And not saying that is right. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I'm not for it, but I think that's why I just say sometimes, can he play? Yes, he can play. Is he better than some of the quarterbacks that's playing right now? Yeah, but I just think at this point in time where his career, I just think that kind of sometimes the GM, they kind of weigh that.
Yeah, I feel you. That's definitely a part of the, I guess, evaluation process. Yeah. And that was part of the reason why, a lot of people said it was because of the vaccine. I was on that train as well, that they released him, after losing the quarterback battle with Mac Jones. And he even said it when he came out and spoke. The first time he spoke on his YouTube channel, saying that, his aura played a part in that. So that's basically what you were just speaking on there. If you're trying to win, I think it does get to a point, though, especially if you're a team that can possibly be contending and you lose a quarterback or you lose a player or something, you say, hey, we need him. We need him in here. He gives us our best shot. He's the best guy available, which I think he is. So I think at some point he'll be in the building. Patriots, man, I know Mac Jones been playing well, complete a lot of passes and all that, but what, they 2-4 right now, 4 home losses?
You had them winning their division.
I had them winning until remember, I changed my pick.
Oh,
we can go back kind of how you did on Sunday when you went back and hey Tone, man, change that Minnesota. I changed my pick once Matt got named the starter. I said, nah, Bills win that division.
Oh,
when I thought Cam was presumably the starter, which most of us did.
Oh, you changed
him winning the division. Yeah, I changed that. Yeah, sure.
Oh,
go back. It's in the archives.
My fault. I missed that. I must have missed that show.
Yeah, it's in the archives. But
both.
But Dr. Conrad, I'm tell you one way. Come on, you gotta get here a little earlier, Doc. But both of us we picked the Broncos tonight. And the line now has moved to +1, so it's pretty much even money at this point. But I picked the Broncos 2 days ago. As soon as I saw that, before even Baker was ruled out. But yeah. It should be 3 in a row for us, but we'll see. Thursday night football, something funky always happen, man.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. What else?
Bride Gage, 17. That's your one and only.
I'll give him a warning shot.
That's it. That's it.
Give him a warning. I need to go get me a side bowl, man. Oh, I just thought about that. That's an interesting question. Will Whitney Merciless make an impact for the Packers the rest of the season? So the Packers, they've been a little active. They picked up Jalen Smith from the Cowboys, and he was released, and now the Houston Texans released Whitney Merciless, who's had a long, productive career. They gave some young opportunities in Houston. That's kind of some young guys an opportunity. Houston moved on from him. We'll see. I think he will. Obviously, they've been missing Smith on that defensive side of the ball. And Packers, 5-1. They done ran off 5 straight wins. And they by far, hold on, I took a picture of this actually. They by far have the lowest, I guess, margin of victory. So point differential of the teams with the best records. You got the Cardinals at 6-0. They got a plus 85 point differential. Cowboys 5-1 plus 59. Rams 5-1 plus 52. Bucks 5-1 plus 51. Ravens 5-1 plus 47. The Packers 5-1 plus 8. So they need a little boost on that defensive side of the ball. They winning games. By the hair of they chinny chin though.
Yeah,
we'll see. I think that was a good pickup for him.
Nah, it's a question. Your opinion on coach, doctors, and trainers. They're taking a lot of heat right now for how the injuries are going. So I mean, I don't think as far as doctors and trainers, they can't prevent injuries. Now, once the injury occurs, what they're able to do as far as getting that player back on the field and things of that nature.
How they diagnose injuries too.
Yeah.
I've been misdiagnosed not by them, but the team I played for that gave me a hell of a miss. That's why you gotta get that second opinion. But when you have a run on injuries, man, a lot of people point at the trainers and the staff, and you can't really. It's football, man. Sometimes you just get it. It's just not your year.
Yeah.
It's just like that sometimes in the team, in the locker room. The Ravens, had a lot of those injuries. I can remember when the Packers won that Super Bowl, they had a bunch of guys on IR that year. Can't always point at the doctors, trainers, but yeah, like AB said, once guys are injured, how fast are you rushing guys back? Are you allowing guys to go out there when they're not healthy? Are you misdiagnosing guys? Our guys get surgery and then shortly after re-injuring that same injury. So that's when you start to point at certain athletic training rooms and doctors and things along those lines. But I always tell guys and the young guys watching this show, and sometimes depending on your team, they may make you feel a certain way about this, but always get a second opinion.
Always.
From an independent doctor that's not on that team's payroll. Always. Don't care how minor or major the injury you may think it is. Always get that documented, man.
All times.
Mm-hmm. The Giants have had the same trainer since World War II. Hey, now, trainers, athletic training staffs, for some reason or another, they usually, stay in place for 20, 30, 40 years sometimes. And that's in most places.
And they hold weight in the organizations, yo.
Facts.
They hold weight. Places I've been, not trainers.
Coaches, GMs, man.
Oh man.
But yeah, man. What else you got, man? You got anything else before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Like again, man, tap into this this little special episode we did yesterday. Definitely tap into that. That was dope. Again, Dominic Rogers Kamadi. HBCU legend, Tennessee State alum, Coach Flea over there at Jackson State. My guy Ron Bartell, 9-year NFL vet. Talk about some HBCU history, being able to make it from HBCU to the league. So definitely a good episode, man, and it'll be out tomorrow.
Yes, sir. And one of AB's college teammates, one of AB's college coaches. So you got some stories about AB back in Howard. I had to ask those questions, get a little insight. So,
baby.
Yeah, man, tap into that show, man. You guaranteed to learn something and take away something from it. And then, we'll have our pick show on Saturday, where AB was 13-1 on the money line last week.
Yeah,
pretty impressive. I was 12-2.
Oh, that's cute, but 13, that's cute.
But yeah, man, we got the picks, man. Tap in Saturday afternoon. That show will be up, and then after that, we'll see y'all again live on Monday.
Yes,
we had 3 guests. Yeah, we had 3 guests on the show that's coming tomorrow. So we're gonna start rolling these guests back in, man. So appreciate y'all.
Peace.